All the practices also, whatever practices are there, there is a basic dictum in yoga that is called as na hatat, na balat. So if I am doing something, it does not mean that everybody has to follow it. It does not mean. If you feel that you can do it without any compulsion, without any force, then you can do it. If you feel that you can breathe through the abdomen without any discomfort, then you can do it. Another thing is Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Means whatever asan we practice, it should bring stability and it should bring happiness. Suppose if I am sitting like this, but I am not comfortable. So what I will do? I will lie down. As COVID patients, what is going to happen? You are suffering, you may not be able to sit for a long time. So what you have to do? You can lie down and just relax and then practice. Okay. Now here, that is why since last 2 days, what we were doing, we were just learning the mechanism of breathing. And here today, I'm going to reveal the science of breathing and why yoga, which is there since thousands of years, is relevant more and more as the days pass. Okay. So we will do that. Let us cool down, close our eyes, forget all the tensions and worries, and focus only on the breathing. When we inhale, the abdomen is bulging. When we exhale, the abdomen is sinking down. With each breath, we are becoming more and more relaxed. Mind is becoming more and more calm. Gently touching the index fingers to the thumbs and trying to feel the pulse over there. If we press too hard, we will feel the bone. If we press lightly, then we will feel only the skin. But if we try to feel in the middle range, then we will feel the pulse, which is the heartbeat getting transferred through the blood vessels. Slowly, let us move our concentration to the nostrils. When we inhale, cool air is going inside. When we exhale, we try to feel the temperature of the air, which is warm from out while coming out. Slowly, let us move our concentration to the center of the eyebrows. In between the two eyebrows, when we focus, we can just visualize a light, or we can visualize an Omkar, and we will chant Omkar for 3 times. With the vibrations of Omkara, as we had discussed 2 days back, the vagus nerve gets stimulated and parasympathetic nervous system balances the sympathetic overactivity, which on a long run harms our body. So the vibration of Makara will help us to improve the parasympathetic tone in the body. After this, gently adopt Namaskara mantra. Now, whatever we are doing, we have to become more and more aware of all the things as we move forward. It is not only about just keeping your hands together. It is about when we have kept our hands together, we feel the index finger and the thumb touching the center of the chest. We feel the palms pressing against each other. And we feel the angle of the elbows, shoulders, spine, orientation of the whole body overall, followed by chanting of the mantra Sahana Vavatu. So let us do it together. Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With your eyes closed, slowly take your hands back. Hold your right wrist with the left palm. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, bend from the root of the back.
Touch your forehead to the ground. Express gratitude to Mother Earth, Almighty, your parents and Guru. Slowly inhale and come up.
Slowly release your hands. With few blinks, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Welcome. So, since last 2 days, we have been learning about the breathing pattern. Now here, let us see why breathing is so important. Now you can see here, this is the graph of lung volume. Now I will explain you in detail what exactly it is. Okay. So now whatever breathing we did, normal breathing, whatever we do, it flows like this here. I will use the highlighter. I will use the laser pointer. Yes. You can see here, it uses like this. Okay. Now you are seeing here, there is increase in the graph going up to 6 liters. Now here on the y-axis is the lung volume and on the x-axis is the time. So when we are breathing in a shallow manner, we are breathing only this much, that is 500 ml, only half liter. With every breath, we are taking only half liter. However, we have the capacity to breathe up to 5 liters if we put our consciousness into it. For example, you can see me here. I am doing normal breathing. Now I have decided, no, I want to increase the breathing. Okay, so what happens, you see now. What happened? My chest got expanded. Initially, the abdomen was expanding, then the chest expanded and slight amount of shoulder increased up. Okay. Now I am exhaling. Normal. But once I have stopped normal exhalation, I see that if I push my abdomen in, then I will be able to exhale some more. That is, oh yes, I was able to exhale more and abdomen went inside, abdomen became tight. Correct. However, you might be seeing that you are not able to do, or some of you might be able to do, depending upon your expertise or depending upon your consciousness. Now, what is this? This is called as inhalation reserve. It is like riding a BMW inside Bangalore traffic. you will be able to ride it just like this. But when you go on highway, you will come to know the capacity of the engine. And similarly, on the downside also, there is something called as exhalation reserve. Now this exhalation reserve is when we exhale. After that, when we contract the abdomen, it goes inside. So there is 1 liter extra. Here it is 5 liters. It is vital capacity. Okay. Now, if you see, even after we empty the lungs, still there is something which is not coming out. That is pure residual volume. Residual volume means that is the hollow cavity within the lung. That is 1.2 liters. Now, if we see here, F, that is resting exhalation level. Okay. So what does it mean? It means that our lungs have a beautiful capacity which we are not utilizing. It is equivalent to rusting. Suppose there is some vehicle, suppose there is a motorbike and it is not used, and suddenly you want to take it out and go out, and you will see that there are so many sounds which are coming. The chain is making clanking sound. So many things are happening. The bike is not running smooth. Same is happening in this pandemic. What is happening? Your lungs were not trained. Not only yours, means I'm just giving one like you, means it's not you who are sitting here. It's about many of the people have never taken the effort to exercise this area of the lungs. Correct? Some of us would have through jogging, through running, through cardio, through yoga, through pranayama. Now I will tell you that through running, jogging and all these things, actually this part works more and this part works lesser. Because what happens? Our breathing rate increases, and as we see our breathing rate increases, the depth of our breathing goes down. There is only one exercise which gives us depth of breathing, that is pranayama. Okay? Or else, if you want to make it in a long term, that is swimming. And how many of us have the access to swimming? Not now in the pandemic, before this. Not all. But how many of us can have free access, free of cost? We can exercise this area through pranayama. Not the kriyas like Kapalabhati and Bhatsrika. I'm talking about pure pranayama which we are trying to learn, diaphragmatic breathing. Okay. So this is the reason why Dr. Mayur has come to all of you, because now we will come out of the COVID. COVID mortality is just 1%, 1.2%. 99% people are going to recover. They're going to go back to normal life. Okay. My sincere prayers to those who are in those 1%. But as we all know that as we are born, we are going to have our end also. And there are many reasons to end. Accidents, cancer, heart attack, stroke, and this time it is one infection which is taking our toll. Okay. Here, after we recover, what is going to happen? Now in neurosurgery, what we are facing, I will tell you, we are facing fungal infections of the nose, which is entering into the brain. I'm not frightening you. It is because of excessive, the infection, and then because of that long term, we have to give medications, and because of those medications, the side effects will happen. Okay. So to prevent all these things, your recovery should be faster. If you recover faster, if your breathing becomes normal, if your oxygenation becomes normal, it is very easy for all of us as doctors to stop the medications, so that the side effects of the medications, they come down, and the rest of the complications which are on the way, long-term and short-term complications, that we will be able to avoid. But if you think that this is a sincere and genuine attempt on our part, we are trying to help you to improve this part for rest of your life, so that you don't fall ill long term. Okay. If you feel this, if you are with me, I'm definitely there to help you. Even if one person comes, I don't mind. I'm going to teach, because this is the way out. Yes, vaccines are there, medications are there. These are all short term things. long term, we have to maintain and we have to learn to maintain our own health. That should be the purpose of our life. That should be the dynamic shift which we should make through this pandemic. Another thing is we have to learn to respect Mother Nature. That I will come over a long period of time, I will discuss. So what we have to do, why I have taught so much about inhalation, exhalation, inspiratory reserve, expiratory reserve, because we want to change the habit. And what habit we are thinking of changing? The habit of breathing shallow. Shallow breathing, depth is not there. But when we do yogic breathing, what happens? You see, the speed of breathing also comes down. And because of that, automatically what happens? The number of breaths also come down. On the very first day, I had discussed about the number of breaths taken by dog with respect to the lifespan of the dog, number of breaths taken by elephant with respect to the lifespan of elephant, human beings, and finally I had talked about tortoise, where tortoise breathes only once in 4 minutes and lives up to 350 years. So that is what is happening, and that is what is possible if we develop a good habit of yogic breathing. Now you will tell, how can we do whole day? We can't do. But if you prime your body for 15 minutes, for 20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day, automatically your breath will slow down. Many of you are here, they are with me since last 1 year and 1 month, and they know how their breathing rate has come down from 20 to 10, 20 to 12 and all these things. Okay, so I hope you have understood why Dr. Mayur has come here, why we are trying to teach you yoga, why we are trying to help you through yoga. It's a long term goal, it's not a short term goal. Okay, I hope you have understood this. And now we are going to practice. Okay, so practice, we will repeat the practices because it is all about learning. When we were children, we have written A, E, E, and we have written A, B, C, D, we have written 1 to 10, 1 to 100, thousands of times. Same is with this. Why? Because we have to learn the right way of breathing. And for any habit to develop, it requires from 90 days to maybe around 270 days. It means around 9 months. 3 months to 9 months, it is the time for us to develop good habit or to get rid of the bad habits. Okay, and in this pandemic we are developing a very bad habit. I will tell you what. Okay, developing the bad habit of becoming fearful of everything, becoming paranoid of everything, and becoming a very great procrastinator, thinking negative about everything. That is what we are developing. So let us start the practice. Enough of discussion for today. Just for the felicitation of people who are sick, I will also lie down, and I will also do with you in lying down position. Lie down comfortably. I hope you are able to see me. Now we are going to perform diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing, as we discussed, when the diaphragm between the chest and the abdomen gets activated, the abdomen will come up with inhalation. That is what we are going to do. So let us do it. 5 rounds of diaphragmatic breathing. Completely relax the body. Slowly exhale. Now to try to think of that inspiratory reserve. Do a normal breath and then think that, oh, now I have to inhale that rest 4 liters. And you will see that you develop instant capacity to breathe deeper. Now exhale normally. After this, try to exhale further that extra 1 liter. Inhale. Exhale. After these 5 rounds, what we learned yesterday was becoming aware of flow of air through the nose, through our oropharynx, through our windpipe, then entering into the lungs, and then finally feeling the movement of the abdomen. So basically, from the tip of the nose to the abdomen to the umbilicus, we should feel that flow of air. It does not go to the abdomen, but you feel the movement. That is why. And then on exhalation, it should come up. So you feel that to and fro movement, down to up movement, and feel it 5 rounds. Okay, the movement of air inside the body. One, two, three, 4, 5. I hope, I wish that you were able to feel the flow of air through the breath into the lungs, out of the lungs. If not, then slowly it will come. Don't worry. Now, we learned about makara, humming bee sound. which causes vagus nerve to get stimulated and improve the parasympathetic tone. In addition to that, it actually improves the level of nitric oxide in our body, in the nervous system, as well as in the nerve endings in the lungs as well. Now, because of that, what happens? Because of that, our breathing capacity improves and we are relaxed. Our stress levels, they come down significantly all across the body. Okay, so that is also called as Bhramari Pranayam. So we are going to do that in lying down position, just on exhalation, creating humming bee sound. Now, if possible, what you can do is touch your tip of the tongue to the roof of the palate, okay, and take it slightly back where that kirinalige, which is called as a small tongue, no, that area you try to touch. That also, this also we are going to do 5 rounds. Okay, makar, humming bee sound. Okay. Feel the effect of humming bee sound on your mind and body. Observe the changes. If you find relaxation, if you find changes in your breathing pattern, make a note of it. Take a notebook. Always take a notebook and start documenting what changes you find in your own body. This notebook, over a period of 1 year, will give you fantastic observations if you decide to observe your body, observe your mind, observe your surroundings in a positive manner, honestly. Writing down and jotting down the changes will help you over a period of 1 year. That will be your own manual for the health for rest of your life. I urge all of you to do that. Now slowly wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, turn towards left, turn towards right, head one more time, left, right, and slowly, gently fold your left leg, take your right hand up, slowly turn towards right, straighten your leg. If you are a patient, you can keep on lying down for a while. If you feel like you can sit up, you can sit comfortably, and then slowly can sit up. Now, my intention here since last 3 days has been to correct the breathing, also to impart the basic knowledge, which I hope I did with the help of the graph of spirometry, which is called as. You might have understood your lungs slightly in a better way. One more exercise I would like to show you in sitting position. If you are sitting in the chair, if you are sitting in the bed, you can do this exercise. That is interlocking your hands like this. Interlock. Touch your thumbs against each other. Keep them relaxed. And then slowly, with synchrony of breathing, means with the breath, your hands should move up like this. Inhale. Try to take your hands completely up with inhalation. Now exhale and at the same time slowly come down. Two more rounds will do. Try to feel the flow of air and synchronize it with the movements. Exhale. Exhale. Try to emphasize on straightening the elbows. However, even if you are not able to do, that is also fine. This is just the beginning if you are starting yoga. Don't be harsh on yourself. Yoga is not a drill. Yoga is not acrobatics. Yoga is not athletics. Yoga is not a competition. Yoga is the process of self-realization. And it starts with realizing your own body, the functions of your own body. One of the most important functions is this breath. And we all know that whole world is struggling for breath. And that is why these sessions for breathing. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed. So let us join our hands together. Today's learning was Bhramari Pranayam. Today's learning was hand stretch breathing. This is called as hand stretch breathing. Initially, we have learned normal breathing. We have learned diaphragmatic breathing. And in the process, automatically we are learning the thing which is called as yogic breathing. Your intention for next few months should be to learn breathing deeply, slowly, and smoothly. If you are able to do that, and while doing that, if you are having a beautiful smile on your face, or else internally at least you feel light, you feel energetic, that is more than sufficient. Okay? With sincere interest in your health, we are doing all these things. Please be consistent. If you really want some improvement in your breathing, please be consistent. Okay? Adopt Namaskara Mudra. Omkar followed by Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Om. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. With your eyes closed, slowly take your hands back, hold your right wrist with the left palm, inhale, arch your back, exhale, bend from the root of the back.
Touch your forehead to the ground. Express gratitude to Mother Earth, Almighty, your parents and Guru. Slowly inhale and come up.
Slowly release your hands. Rub your palms against each other to generate heat or positive energy and keep them over your eyes, head, neck, shoulder, arms, forearms, chest, abdomen, thighs, and the legs. With few blinks, you may open your eyes. Dhanyavad. Namaste, everybody. Wishing all of you the very best, and let us come out of this pandemic with all positive mindset. Thank you very much. Keep practicing, keep your mindset positive. Thank you very much.